Welcome back. Great to have your company. Well, Donald Trump has reportedly asked Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky if he could, quote, hit Moscow and make them feel pain amid negotiations for peace between Russia and Ukraine.
The call came before the US president's announcement of a new NATO weapons agreement for Ukraine, with Mr Trump growing increasingly frustrated with Vladimir Putin's resistance to a ceasefire. For more, we're joined by former White House spokesperson Peat Seat live in Indianapolis. Thanks for joining us, Pete. So the White House says the president was merely asking a question, not encouraging more killing. What's your take on it?
I think some might view that as a distinction without a difference, but I think the White House is absolutely correct. If you read the reporting, the President of the United States was asking questions. Can you hit Moscow? Can you hit St. Petersburg? He wasn't encouraging them to do it by saying, I want you to hit Moscow. I want you to hit St. Petersburg. That is a major, major difference in the conversation. We don't know the full context, but we do know, as you said, Shervo, that Donald Trump is increasingly frustrated with Putin and wants to see a resolution to this war.
Yeah, it's an escalation, isn't it, from Donald Trump saying recently that he wasn't happy with Vladimir. Knowing the political landscape like you do and the relationship between Russia and the US, how does Vladimir Putin respond to this? What sort of fallout will there be?
Well, I think Putin has been baiting President Trump for quite some time, and President Trump believed that his charisma would be able to win over Vladimir Putin. But we can't forget that Putin is, at his core, a KGB agent. The man is soulless. And whether you think you can make friends with him or not, you never will. I think President Trump has finally come around to that and now needs to figure out the path forward if this war is going to end.
If they're not going to send rockets to Moscow, they are encouraging, though, some sort of economic impact here, because he's put a 50-day deadline on a ceasefire or big tariffs coming Russia's way.
That's exactly right. And the United States Senate has a sanctions package that's ready to go. More than 80 out of the 100 U.S. senators have already co-sponsored it. Huge bipartisan support, but they've put that on pause for this 50-day time frame that the president announced. If that 50 days elapses and Russia does not come to the table to negotiate a ceasefire and end to the war with Ukraine, I think you'll see the Senate move forward on that sanctions package, and hopefully President Trump move forward on any and all tariffs that he can levy, including secondary tariffs on countries that are purchasing oil from Russia. That's where the pain really will come.
Well, as you told us in the break, Peat Seat, every day in US politics at the moment feels like a year.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much. A lot going on.